guys on the computers and the phones and the TV how to play that game that you have on your table. Okay.
So E.G.L is a fun game that you want to try and get your opponent life points, which is like their health from 8,000 to 0, and you're gonna have monsters, which are these cards. You're also gonna have traps, which are red. Bluish, greenish cards, which are spell cards. And it is optional to have an extra deck, which is like better cards. But as I said, it's better to have them. So the white ones are synchro monsters. The black ones are Xyz monsters. Here, see, and here. And there's also purple cards, which are fusion cards. And
Okay, excellent. And now can you please explain what the spell card is for and what is for the other one, the red card? What is that for?
Trap card.
The trap card. What are they used for?
So the spell card is usually to equip your monster, like this card here. If this card was a equipped one, so instead of 8,000, 2,800, maybe for example another 1,000 equipped it, attack, ATK is for attack, and then DEF for defense. Then it'll be another 1,000, so it'll be 3,800. But this card isn't. This is a continuous card. And then the traps, so when it's an opponent turn, they draw and summon a monster. This card, for example, you can activate on their turn, and they have an effect. Like this card, target up to 2 spells or traps, which traps are these, spells are those, on the field. Destroy them. You cannot conduct your battle phase during the turn you activate this card. So you destroy 2 cards from the opponent. Also, you're gonna need a deck built with 40, I think 20 maybe, or 60. And you don't have to, but it's better to have high level. So leveled cards are the stars. So 1 star is 1 level. This one has 4. So you're gonna want a 4. Then if it's your turn, you can destroy the card, send it to the graveyard, which this playmat, which you need. It doesn't have any zones, but you're gonna wanna put it here to summon a higher card, which is 5 or 6. Either one of them. And then you can destroy a level 5 or 6 to summon even a higher monster, 7 or 8. Now in my deck, which is a fusion chain structure deck, there isn't higher level cards, but I do have a synchro, the boss of the deck, synchro monster. This has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 levels. For this you need a tuna monster. But if this was a normal monster instead of a synchro monster card, then you destroy one of these to summon a level 9 or 10. Here I think I have a level 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 9. Or 10. But this card's even higher, which is 11. So you need a 9 or 11 or 10 to summon this card. But these are synchros, which you need to have a tuna monster. Here and say tuna. Also, you might want to read this, like for example, the effect cannot be used as synchro material, which like you need this in synchro summoning. You plus the levels, so 5 and 1 to summon a level 6. This one's a 6, so you can summon that. And here, like for example, this card, it says you cannot be used as synchro material except for synchro summon of water monsters. So, if you want to find out if they're water monsters, you look at this and say water and tiny writing and then a blue with a symbol. Now there is also dark. This is dark there, and then a symbol, and then this is like purplish. There's wind, which says wind and tiny, and then it's green and a symbol. And there, I think there's definitely more, but just for monsters. So my deck is a water one. I added Exodia, all 5 of them pieces, which is a card that if you get all 5 in your hand, you immediately win. Let me see here. There's also Earth, which says Earth, and it's black, not purple, that's dark. And then there's a symbol. And here's another Earth. And that's all of the types of monsters. But there's also a type that is trap. This is trap, and it's a symbol red. Spell, it's blue with, I guess, a little bit of white. And then this is spell with a symbol. So, for this, these are water monsters, so I can summon them. Also, if you want to summon like C's monster, you need, so they don't have levels, they have ranks, which is stars, just, I'm not sure if you can see, but black circles. I'll get shiny, so you can see a little bit. And so this one has 7. You're gonna want 2, 7, so 7 leveled. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 1, 7. Let me just use another. This is another 7. Both of these, you can get this card. This is another card that is. Also, you might want to read the effects. They can help you and so much more. But sometimes like this, 2 level 7 dragon type monsters, which will say here dragon, so there's a dragon effect. Dragon, dragon here, dragon, Now this doesn't have a dragon, it's a beast. So you can't get that card. This is another dragon, sea serpent. This is a sea serpent card, not a dragon. So, and also like the effects can help you, like pendulum. There's a pendulum effect, which is like for example, pendulum zone. That, and then you have another pendulum monster. You can summon it, but like 10. So 10, if it says 10 here, and then a 1 here, the lowest card is put right, highest left, and then 10. So for example, you take away 1, which is 9. But instead for the lowest one, like this is a 1, you add 1 more, which is 2. So this is in between 9 and 2. So if this was a pendulum monster, I think you can also summon just normal monsters, I'm not sure. You can summon it. And that's how pendulum works. And then there's also a pendulum effect, like this one. Once per turn, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls, half its original attack until the end of this turn, even if this card leaves the field. So, and then for fusion summoning, fusion, it works differently from all of the others. So for the fusion card, you will need a deck that contains, for example, rock fusion effect, to earth. So whatever it is, read the effect, maybe like this one, to earth synchro monsters. They have to be synchro monsters and they're earth. Now, I have one synchro card. It's a Saturna synchro, and it's earth. I need another card that is an earth, and it's a synchro monster. And then you can, with polymerization, polymerization is gonna be a spell card. You activate the effect, either like for example, this is my hand, I activate it, or if it's face down, I activate it. Then with the 2, for example, desert locusts, earth, another one, and then you can get Naturia Galastrio, for example. It can be another fusion card. But you will have to destroy the 2 cards in the graveyard, which also reminds me that once you use an effect of a spell or trap, you put it in the graveyard, for example, like this. And also if, like your opponent, there's an imaginary opponent, they attack 3,200 worth, and then, so 2,200 minus 3,200 gets destroyed, goes in the graveyard because the opponent has more, plus your life points, for example this, so 1,000 and 2,200, so I only take, for example, 1,000 attack points, which means I from 8,000 minus 1,000 equals, you can do equals, write it down, 7,000. But there's also apps that can help you. I have an app that helps me, so I just have to do this, I type in how much I take, and then and I take it, and it says how much. and then you destroy. Also, for synchro summoning, you get the tuna card. You do, pretend this is 10. So 10 plus 1 equals 11. I can summon this card. So these go in the graveyard. Though it's different with XC summoning. So you summon the card. For example, pretend these are 2 level 7 monsters. So you place them down. You make them do like this. While they're on top. I do this, and then put the Xyz card like this. Instead of like synchro summoning, you have to destroy the cards and place them here. Instead, they just go here. And that's how you fusion and Xyz and how it works and everything. So also you're gonna wanna have sleeves. You don't need them, but they really protect your cards. I have blue sleeves, see that they're blue. And here it's clear. So they protect your cards. Also a playmat. Like, you can't play Yu-Gi-Oh! If you don't have a playmat. You can't just go up and on the desk, you just place the cards on the desk like here. Because it makes them, I guess, a little bit dirtier and everything. Also, if you don't have the sleeves, they get a little bit dirty as well. And also, if like you're new, I recommend you getting, let me see if, I recommend you getting a playmat that has zones. So say, deck zone, which your deck is a bunch of cards that you chose. So face down, so you place them face down. You start off with 5 cards. So 4, 5. Then you think, like for example, my opponent, I place this down. I summon this card. You can use the effect while you control another Ice-Bearing monster. Therefore, higher monsters cannot declare an attack. I don't have another Ice-Bearing monster, which my deck, structure deck, I got it. Ice Barrier. So, you can read the effects, it can help you. And then, like, the trap, you activate them when it's your opponent turn, and this one, for example, when your opponent summons a monster, 1,500 or more attack, destroy that monster with 1,500 or more attack. And if you do, banish it. So, pretend I'm the opponent. I summon this card, it has more than 1,500. So, I banish it, which there's no banish zone if you have zones, which extra decks here, you place it face down. Also, you don't show your opponent what card you summon. And this one as well, you do it face down and you draw cards. So each turn you draw a card. Also, the first player who draws and does everything, they cannot attack and they don't draw. But the second player, then they can draw a place down card and attack. And like, then after, here is a trap card, but there's no signal. Like, I'm trying to find a card. This one, it's a continuous, which you leave it on here until like this card, it says something about the opponent, and if it's destroyed that card, then this card's also destroyed. It's continuous, which is this little sign. There's also more signs that means other things. And then, also, so the spell cards you also activate, and I already talked about that. yeah, try get the opponent to have 0 life points, and then you win the duel, and then you might want to battle another person. Also, you want a deck box, because if you don't have a deck box, then you're gonna have to put your deck and your extra deck in your pocket, and it might break, and then you might not be able to use it again. This one I got it, and it's Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl, both of them together. So like I put my deck here, because if I put it in my pocket, maybe while I'm in the car driving, then it might twist my pocket or something happens, and then they just get destroyed. Also hit the like button and subscribe to get more videos, and when you subscribe, hit the notification bell to get the recent videos that I upload. Bye! Thank you.